10 years ago, our hero, Hong Jin. He was betrayed by both his lover and his best friend. When he was dying, waiting for the cold and disdainful eyes of his lover, finally, he slowly closed his eyes. 10 years later, in the early morning, a young man collecting medicine stepped into this source of medicine that uses corpses as nourishment. In this eerie source of medicine, the young man carefully searched for the best herbs. Under each herb there is a dried-up corpse. The young man searched for a long time, found that the quality of these herbs is not as good as before. It seems that these corpses have almost sucked up the spirit blood.
At that moment, the young man found an ancient tree not far away. A dried corpse's chest. A blood-red flower blossomed out. The young man went closer to see. It was actually the red heart herb. The young man was happy and quickly stepped forward to grab the herb. Unexpectedly, the corpse looked back and grabbed the teenager's arm. This really scared the teenager, sitting on his ass on the ground. And this corpse is 10 years ago. Hong Jin, the main character who was killed by his friend and lover. At this time, Hong Jin slowly opened his mouth and asked the teenager what year it was. Now the young man was so scared that he answered quickly, taking advantage of Hong Jin's limited mobility. He turned his head and ran away shouting, "Fraudulent corpse!" Hong Jin looked at the distant teenager and slowly fell to his knees. The dried skin of his head gradually fell off, revealing the exceptionally handsome face. What could be seen on his face was killing intent, unwillingness, and regret. He wanted revenge. 10 years of sleep did not extinguish Hong Jin's hatred in any way. Now resurrected, let's see how I will take revenge. Have you ever seen a pervert in a cemetery with a bare ass? Our hero woke up, found that his body's divine blood has completely disappeared. At this time, the red sign could only examine the changes in his body in the past 10 years. And not far away, the young man who had escaped from the medicine gathering with an old Taoist priest slowly came. The young man pointed at Hong Jin and said, "Master, he is the zombie Hong Jin. Will you as a zombie on the zombie?" Old Taoist bullnosed but not fade said, "I have lived in this cemetery to park for more than 10 years. Never heard of the existence of zombies. This is obviously a bare-ass pervert." Hong Jin heard called himself a pervert. Instantly flamed out. He shouted, "Who are you calling a pervert?" After this, the old Taoist was also stunned. But his disciple was around and he kept on pretending. Then he slowly said, "Disciple, get out of the way. Watch me subdue this perverted zombie." The old Taoist immediately grabbed a golden captive out of thin air. One foot jumped up in the air, directly on the forehead of Hong Jin. Called perverted red Jin face blue. To the old Tao in the air is a smooth punch. And shouted the great mighty heavenly dragon. Old Tao was directly knocked 99 meters away. He fell to the ground with a swollen face. The whole person was hit hard. The young apprentice saw his master knocked down in one move. Also terrified, speechless. At this time Hong Jin smilingly said, "Old Taoist, nice clothes." The old Taoist clothes were obediently handed over to Hong Jin, and also had to smile and say that the clothes are suitable for Hong Jin. It is simply tailor-made for him. The disciple saw the master's naked buttocks. It is simply a speechless. After Hong Jin finished finishing his clothes, and asked the Taoist priest where's the original exit, the old Taoist rushed to point out a path next to. Sujin also ignored the old Taoist, turned around and walked towards the intersection. The old Taoist saw that Hong Jin did not intend to bother with himself. He quickly cowed out as a doctor, as Hong Jin's back slowly disappeared. But the old Taoist showed a sinister smile. The love of my childhood friend 10 years ago, and my brother Li Mao, wanted to kill me. I didn't expect. The two of them wanted my life together. I held my breath. I wanted to know what this was all about. All I got was a cold and disdainful look from my lover. I swore silently in my heart, "Wait for me, you too." In the end, I closed my eyes reluctantly. My body also collapsed in a limp. After my death, my sworn brother still didn't let me go. He used the blood of the god of the valley from my body to nourish the medicine source. Thus my consciousness was still there, but my body could not move. Trapped in this body, I slept here for 10 years. After 10 years, I finally found my chance. I returned to Dragon City, my long for home. I, Hong Jin, am back after all. I don't know if my father and grandfather are okay. In front of the Hong mansion, Hong Jin stopped and didn't go straight in. The large Hong mansion. Now there is not even a single guard. Hong Jin sighed, just about to enter. But behind him came the sound of scolding. Although the Hong mansion is in disrepair, not just anyone can enter. When Yan only saw a better figure, cold as frost, Red Sister quickly stepped forward. "Stop the red signs. Miss, this is my house. I'm not who you say I am." What a nonsense. This is Hong Fu. It's the Hong family's place. I am also a Hong family member. I am a Hong family Hong. Before I could finish my sentence, a flying knife straight at Hong Jin flew over, Seeing this situation, Hong Jing did not dodge. The flying knife grazed his cheek, directly on the door behind him. The person who shot the flying knife is the sister in red. Hong Jing saw this situation. It seems there is no other way. He saw his feet rise up in the air. He rushed towards his sister in red with the speed of lightning. Sister in red had no time to react quickly. Too fast to act. The fist is already in front of the eyes. Red sister also knew at this time. She was afraid that she had met a master. This is the end. But Hong Jing's fist stopped in front of her chest, but his fist bypassed her. It exploded beside him. Hong Jing's fist hit the bull from across the mountain. This man used only one punch and completely conquered the red sister. At this moment, the sister in red, sitting on the ground with legs limp with fear. If he really wanted to hurt me just now, I'm afraid I've already lost my life. But this kind of move also really proves the man in front of me is a member of the Hong family. Hong Jin was about to give his name. Suddenly it occurred to me that if my enemies knew, I'm not dead yet. Revenge will be passive. Looking at the man in front of her, she was hesitant to say anything. Red sister also more curious. My name is Hong San. I am the illegitimate son of Red Star Jane. When she heard that he was the third master's child, I could not help but exclaim. She quickly stepped forward and took a closer look at the man's face. The red sister said happily to the red light. The third master has been missing for 10 years. I didn't know he had a backstage tour. Said and pulled the red stripe towards the red house inside. The red mansion is still the same as it was 10 years ago. The red lantern walked inside the hall. Inside, there was already a full house of elders of the clan. They all looked up and down at the young man in front of them. They were not sure. This man who claimed to be the illegitimate son of the third master, was he real or not? The one sitting in the middle of the hall was Hong Jing's grandfather, Hong Longton. The old man only had a few simple questions with Hong Jin. He was sure that this man was his grandson. He also said that he resembled his dead brother, Hong Jin. At this moment, Hong Jin could not identify himself with his grandfather. He could only clasp his hands and admit this identity. The old man got up to announce that Hong heir. From now on, he is his grandson. At this moment, a middle-aged man at the elders' table, but he refused to recognize Hong Jing's identity. While pointing at Hong Jin, while saying vulgar words, Hong Jin took a look. So this man was his uncle. And the elders next to him saw this situation. Also stood up to question his identity. The third uncle was a gifted man. His son, Hong Jing, reached the martial arts realm at the age of 16. If you are the son of third uncle, you must have great talent. How could Hong Jing not understand the meaning of their words? He just asked indifferently who would come first. With these words, already eager to try, people directly stood up. Hong opened his eyes to see is also stunned. This man is the son of the eldest uncle, Hong Yao Qian. Third uncle's son, right? Now get lost. I might even let you go, you imposter. The old man saw this situation. He also sweated for his newly adopted grandson. Hong Yao Qian said mockingly as he walked away, "Bastard son. I think you're just a bastard at best. Come on, don't blame me for bullying you." Hong Jin heard that he only made a gesture of invitation. At this time, Hong Yao Qian set up a stance. Spiritual power gathered, soon to attack. I saw Hong Yao Qian's feet hit the ground. His body rushed in like an arrow from the string. Instantly, a storm of fists smashed down on Hong Jing. Hong Jing actually let his fists smash into his body. One punch after another. Fist of flesh. With the sound of Hong Yao Qian's explosive congratulations. The attack finally ended. Hong Jing was struck by the fists and white smoke came out. Gradually, Hong Jing's figure was engulfed. At this time, the old man also loudly blamed Yao Qian for hitting too hard. But the eldest uncle said directly that such a poor talent. He was definitely not the third brother's child. Just as Hong Yao Qian was still proud of his martial arts skills. When the smoke gradually cleared, slowly revealing the still standing Hong Jing. We agreed to have a sparring session. You hit hard enough. Next, it's my turn. If you have your martial arts skills ruined, you must be careful what you say in the future. Shang Wan looked at the city mansion, which was already in flames. He thought to himself that the only person who could do this was his grandfather. That is, the recently returned Hong heir. At that moment, a seriously injured man slowly climbed up from the ground. Seeing this situation, Shang Wan immediately alerted. He asked who it was. It turns out, this person is the young man Sidu who was beaten by our hero with a slap. You are Shang Wan Mo. Damn it! Hong heir ruined my Sidu house this account. When I return to the Sea of Clouds, I will definitely wipe you out. Hong heir, I can't believe he left you alive. He is still too merciful. Say it, Shang Wan's eye temperature rose sharply. A flip in the hand. A blood-red ribbon was drawn out smoothly. Fiery spiritual power slowly covered the above. Seeing this, Sidu Qingyun just about to escape. Ribbon is like a steel whip directly from the head down. Before he had time to say anything, people have been turned into ashes. Shang Wan's eyes were cold at this moment. He said, I am not Hong heir. I will not show mercy to you. The next day, early in the morning, Hong heir brought the secret medicine from the Sidu mansion to his grandfather's eyes. Master Hong looked at the secret medicine in front of him with disbelief. It was indeed made by the Sidu family. I never thought you could defeat Sidu Qingyun. Aren't you afraid that the Sidu family and the Cloud Sea Sack will come looking for trouble? As soon as the words were spoken, a son of the Hong family came to report that the Sidu family Sidu Piaoyi came to visit. Master Hong heard and let out a long breath. Slowly said, I will go immediately. You go back first. The original. This Sidu Piaoyi is the young generation of the Sidu family strong. Not only is he the master of the 16 martial arts schools in Dragon City, himself is a retreat mortal realm triple expert. Speaking of which, Master Hong asked Hong Ye, follow him to meet the guests. At this moment, Sidu Piaoying was sitting in the Hong family's living room, muttering and complaining. Red Dragon think this old man why not come out. Thinking of this is even said that if he does not come out, don't blame yourself for burning down the Hong house. Master Hong walked with Hong Ye while laughing and said, so it's Master Sidu. Long time no see. See the Red Dragon time. Sidu Piaoying is also direct questioning. The people of the Hong house killed Sidu Qingyun last night. Today is to claim the murderer. Master Han's words then asked him to produce evidence. After all, words have no proof. Sidu Piaoying said with a wisp of confidence at the corner of his mouth. Sidu family dozens of injured people can testify for him. You cannot be denied. Grandfather this matter also cursed Hong Ye you brat. How did actually left so many alive? Hong Ye looked at grandfather also can only embarrass smile. See the two people this look. Sidu Piaoying also sure. The man in front of him is the murderer who killed Sidu Qingyun. Red 2 at this time also do not pretend, but only admitted that the other party's cultivation was destroyed and did not hurt his life. While they were arguing, Cheng Guan slowly walked in. Coldly said Sidu Qingyun let me kill. If you want to find trouble, I am always ready to accompany you.